So, good evening. Good evening. We've still got the dead lighting. Apologies for that. But it is what it is. We're in the hotel settings and the lighting, unfortunately, is non-existent. A little bit like our future as Arsenal fans. But hopefully everyone is having a wonderful night. We do have a game on Thursday against Dundalk. If we don't win that game, we might as well just liquidate and just turn it all in. Maybe take up bowls or golf. I do need to take golf up again. I was actually very good at golf, and I've got lots of golf courses near me in Spain, so maybe I should start taking up golf again. But I do have a dodgy back, more battered than Mesut Ozil and his back. But there we go. Listen, if we don't beat Dundalk on Thursday, seriously, oh my God, I don't even know where to begin with it. It's just going to be a madness. And then obviously we've got the big one at the weekend against Manchester United. They're not great. We're not great. So it has 0-0 written all over it, or 1-0 to Man United. Martial up against Bellerin, who's actually played pretty well recently, Bellerin, but don't get it twisted. Bellerin, or Bellerin as it is actually officially pronounced, I fear for him against Martial, because if he turns up and plays properly, that lad, he is a bloody good player. And yeah, it's a bit crazy how it's all gone, really. It's been a bit poor, hasn't it? And I don't really know, man. Listen, I try to sit here and try and look at things on both sides of the fence every time. And people will sit and go, oh, you're negative, you're this, you're that. Well, listen, I'm me. And I want to win. And I want to win everything. And I want us to play well. I want us to win. I want us to look good. I want us to play players in the right positions and stuff like that. And just frustrates me that we're pretty toothless at the minute. But there we go. Anyway, I just see someone in my chat. Here he is. How you doing? Big up my guy, FK. Evening, buddy. FK, you may know from Twitter. And if you don't, why not? Go and follow him. Give him a follow. He's also got a YouTube channel. Type that name into YouTube. Have you actually uploaded a video yet? I need to check. And if you haven't, why? What are you waiting for? Come on, man. You're not shy. But your question is, thoughts on the pay-per-view of 14.95 being protected? Well, have they not changed it? Do you know what? It's actually... Sorry, I know I'm sounding stupid. I have been very busy this afternoon and the evening, but are they actually they're actually keeping it? They're keeping it at 14.95. Do you know what? Honestly, I'm just going to be straight up here. You would know because you're a season ticket holder. Your season ticket's been reduced. I don't know how much. I'm not going to ask how much percentage. That's none of my business. But I know that the season ticket prices have been reduced, unless I think you're in club level. A friend of mine's got a club level season ticket. And his ticket, he had to pay the full whack on his season ticket this season. He was fuming because it's about £3,000. But I do know people that have got season tickets in and around North Bank, Lower, Upper, East Stand, whatever. And their tickets have all been reduced by, I think, about 60%, something like that, maybe 40%, 30%, I don't know, whatever. So for me, there's nothing beating going to a game live. You can't beat that feeling. The atmosphere, even though the Emirates is not the most notorious for atmosphere, you can't beat the feeling of being at a live game, witnessing it live, seeing everything. 'Cause you don't see it on TV. You can see, players moving about up there that you'll never see on the TV doing that. But for me, I think like 14.95 to offer a game that wouldn't have been on TV. Yes, you could have gone to the game, but let's be real here. The 14.95 that you're going to pay for that game, you do on travel. You might buy a drink when you're there, whether it be alcoholic or not. You might be hungry. You might just come straight from work. You might pick up some food on the way. So for me, I don't think it's that much of an issue, 14.95. But having said that, they have jumped straight on a bandwagon, and they know that people are snookered right now. But how many of our games are going to be on pay-per-view? If it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, for example, which I know a lot of these are not at the moment. But if it is a 3 o'clock kickoff, they were never aired anyway. The only reason they'd done that was because we were in lockdown and, semi-lockdown, etc., and things were slowly starting to move towards getting football back, which obviously hasn't happened with the fans. But I just look here and I think like they kind of done us a favour But at the same time, they've done a favour because they know it'll suck you in and you'll get used to it, and then they can slap a fee on top of that. But I think 14.95. If Arsenal were on there twice a week or twice a month, then yeah, you could look at it and say perhaps it's a bit over the top. If you want to watch West Brom versus Burnley, then you're mad anyway. Let's be real. It was never going to be a good game. Some of the other games that might be on there, I haven't seen the fixture list. Some of the other games you'll probably swerve anyway. But most people would do more than that going to a game if they've got their season ticket at full price. If Arsenal were on there, say 20 times at 15 quid, that's 300 quid. Let's say you've paid 250 quid towards your £1,000 whatever season ticket. It's still going to work out cheaper. The only difference is you can't go to the game. So they're offering a service that can allow you to still watch that on TV rather than doing it illegally, for example. So I'm not necessarily against it. I actually think they should take it one step further, if I'm honest. I think they should do a football club season ticket for every team. So say, for example, there's people that can't get a season ticket because the waiting list is ridiculous. There's people that may live, I don't know, northeast, but support Arsenal and can't get down for the games, can't get tickets for whatever reason, maybe can't afford the ticket because it is expensive to watch Arsenal. But if BT and Sky did a season ticket that you could watch every single one of the games, so BT will have less games than Sky, and BT say, right, Arsenal, we're going to charge you, or Arsenal fans, we're going to charge you for your games on BT 200 quid for the year. Sky, because they get a whole lot more, say 400, 600 quid, you're getting every single Arsenal game. They would make an absolute mint out of that. And then Arsenal fans that live in England that can't go to the games, for whatever reason, they have a choice that they can watch every game for 600 quid, or they can only watch a handful because they're the only ones that are going to be on Super Sunday, for example. I think I've seen a lot of people saying 14.95 is a lot of money, which, listen, in these times, it probably is a lot of money. But it's not like we're on there every week. And for me, yeah, good question though, man. It's better to go to the game, of course. It's a whole lot better to go to the game, especially when you win anyway, and especially when it's a big game. We were there for a lot of these big games under Wenger, under Emery. I haven't been since Arteta's been there, of course. So I've obviously moved country, but yeah, we were there for the 4-2 against Tottenham. You remember that, man? The scenes that day were mad. It was brilliant. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, all the people that have boycotted it and put to charity, well done to you lot. Well done to you, because that's raised over 300 grand so far. So well done to you lot. Big up Niraj. Probably should sit on a pillow or move me Mac down. I will pay pay-per-view for all our games if we flog the Deadwood. End contracts and sign some proper players instead. We get an all-access BT Sports video and buzzwords. Well, listen, thank you very much for your donation, mate. Appreciate that. And I know you watch my channel a lot and donate a lot, so thank you, mate. But listen, the thing with Arsenal, right, and the thing with it, let's be real here. Let's not dress this up, right? Every football club in the Premier League or at the high end of football in the top tier leagues, they're businesses, right? And they've got people that are businessmen running them. They've got people that have no idea about football running a lot of them, including ours at the right at the top. But they've got very good PR people and buzzwords like non-negotiable. Make you dream big, man. It gives you that little dopamine release into your brain to make it think, wow, you know, we're going to dream big, structure, process. Listen, is there a culture change at the club? Is there a process? I don't think so. I don't think so. But listen, I've been wrong about a lot of things before in terms of Arsenal. I'm sure if Mikel Arteta and these players prove to do some good and actually change my mind on it, I'll be the first one to sit there. If they actually achieve something really good, I'll sit there and go, yo, I was wrong. I said it about Bukayo Saka, which is the best example, really, because it's a recent one. I didn't think he'd do any good. When Emery threw him in, I was like, why are we playing this kid? Like, who even are you? And after about 8 games, I was like, wow, this kid's brilliant. So, yeah, I can say I'm wrong. But until I can see something with my eyes that says, yeah, we're doing something different and we're definitely we're improving, I don't see it, man. It's sad because it means we're not doing great, in my opinion. If I do see it, it means we're doing well. But there we go. There we go. Yeah, apologies this late stream, by the way. Sorry for that. It was supposed to be at 9 o'clock, but I finished the member stream about 20 minutes before that. Thank you to everyone who came on that member stream as well. It was lit. And then I've been chilling with the missus. So yeah, apologies. It's been late, but I thought I'd do a Q&A, and there's 400 people watching. So thank you very much. Big up, Georgie. You finally changed the picture and you decided to put Vardy. Thank you very much. 4 games each weekend, a pay-per-view. Are they all 3 p.m. kickoffs, or is it? Because I know the 7:15 our game the other night was a late one. Which, do you know what? The one thing I will say about this 7:15 kickoffs on a Sunday night is a liberty. Yeah, and I'm wondering that if and when fans can go back to the games, if that's still a thing on a Sunday night, I'm sorry, that's a disgrace. Yeah, especially when people have got to get up and go to work on the next day. That's too much, man. That's too much, especially if they are traveling from up and down the country. If it's an away game, for example, on a Sunday, 7 o'clock, you know, it's bad enough traveling up to Newcastle and Anfield and Man United on a midweek at 8 p.m. You know, you can't be taking the mick out of people at 7 o'clock on 7:15 on a Sunday. For me, that's no good, man. Not good enough. So yeah, no chance. We got Arteta because we apparently couldn't afford a more experienced one. Oh dear, oh dear. If we get rid of him, what would you do? Do you know what? Real talk, yeah. You guys know me. You know I don't mince my words sometimes. It gets me in trouble a lot of the time. But I'm never going to change, man. I'm always gonna say what I see. And for me, I'd get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Go. Just see ya. Allegri's sat there doing nothing. Go and get him. Yeah, it wouldn't have been my first choice when Emery went, or before that when Wenger went. But Allegri's won titles, back-to-back titles, non-stop. He's got to Champions League finals. You know, and when people want to compare us to the Liverpool process with Klopp, I think that's a disservice you're doing to Klopp. Yeah, you're basically saying that he ain't all that, and he was a rookie when he got the job. Not at all. No chance. He'd won 2 titles and got a Champions League final. Worked with players like Lewandowski, Marco Reus, improved these players, and then obviously went to Liverpool. And I know why people do it. Obviously, he finished 8th the first season, inherited a crap squad, and then finished 4th the next season. After that, he's kicked on again. I understand why people do it, but the levels are staggering between the two managers. One was a proven decent manager who'd worked and improved decent players that were at a decent level, but he's took them on. And look at Lewandowski. Listen, you could sit there and say Lewandowski is the best out-and-out striker in the world right now. You know, Klopp nurtured that player. But I just look at it and I think, we didn't need a rookie. Yes, he done very well winning the FA Cup, but come on, man, what's that doing for us this season? I think that we should have gone after Wenger. I weren't too disappointed with Emery. I actually thought Emery was pretty good when he came in. I thought he was good. I thought we could see something different. I was going to the games at the time. The atmosphere in the crowd was just slightly different. It weren't negative when we went 1-0 down and moans and groans. It was like, come on, let's go. And yeah, the football weren't brilliant. But for me, the football was better under him than it has been this season under Arteta. Yeah, I think it's been shocking this season so far. And I think the last time, I may be wrong, Jez told me this, who comes in the chat and that, big up Jez. But I put a tweet out earlier and said, when was the last time we lost 4 out of our first 7 league games? What season was that? And I think he said 1962. Listen, Unai Emery was setting records week in, week out towards the end of his reign. And we're going into another season this season with this manager potentially losing 4 out of his first 7. That ain't no good. That ain't no good. And I don't see no difference, if I'm honest. Playing players out of position, shoehorning players in that have been rubbish for weeks, dropping players that are playing well. And I said this, listen, Lacazette played rubbish at the weekend for me. He played rubbish on Thursday. But why was he dropped for Man City? Why was he dropped for Sheffield United? He scored 3 and 3. Why are you dropping that guy? You know, what's that done to his confidence? And he didn't have international break, but you dropped him before and after it. No wonder he's walking around like he couldn't be bothered. He's probably got the raging ump. You know, I don't necessarily blame some of these players. I mean, Mustafi got a hell of a lot of criticism the other day. Yeah, why? We all know that he's a liability. We all know that he's prone to mistakes. Why are you blaming him? Blame the player, blame the manager who thinks he's better than Saliba. Like, come on, man. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, right now there's a manager sat available called Allegri. He wouldn't have been my top tier choice. That would have been Jose, which a lot of people didn't like. Ancelotti was up there for me. Or it took Ancelotti. Simeone, we ain't getting Simeone, but Allegri's doing nothing, so why not? What United players would you take at Arsenal? Do you know what? I get asked this a lot, you know. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Appreciate that. And thank you to Vartan as well for your donation as well, mate. What United players would I say? Martial in a heartbeat, proper footballer, man. I've said this so many times. People laugh at me when I say this, yeah. For me, if he was in a team with a proper manager, because I don't rate him either, right? If he was in a team with a proper manager, that geezer would be one of the top players in Europe. I think he's that good. Yeah, he's not a striker. Play him on the left wing. The guy glides past people for fun. Absolute brilliant footballer. But I feel like he just gets wasted. He's been wasted for a long time at Man United. And it's mad. Yeah, for me, top 3 player in Europe if he's on it. I'm fully missing loads of these as well. 1 second, I'll go back to him. Do back the likes up. But yeah, Martial, definitely. Bruno Fernandes, all day long. Yeah, proper footballer. And Wan-Bissaka. So there's 3 straight away. Would I take anyone else? Would I take any of their other players? Van der Beek, possibly. Although saying that, we haven't seen what he can do in the Premier League yet because he's on the bench. He sits on the bench every week. So yeah, they're the ones for now. Who have I missed? I have missed J. Rob. Thank you very much. Enjoying the content. You and Chig are top lads. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Listen, I'm just very passionate, man. Like I say, it gets me in a lot of trouble sometimes, but I'm never going to change, man. I just want to see my team do something. And, you know, when people talk to me about Man United as well and laugh at United, so I ain't laughing at United. I think it's tragic what's happened to both of our clubs. Yeah, when I grew up going through my middle school, secondary school days, Arsenal and United were the teams. You know, now to look at both of us so far from where we were is mad. And then you see teams doing, you know, better. Like last season, for example, with Wolves, they're doing well. You know, you've got Everton this season have started well, although they lost at the weekend. They look poor at the weekend, but they've got a quality football manager, man. He is brilliant, Ancelotti. But yeah, just Crystal Palace are above us this season with a guy who's like, he's old enough to be my great granddad. Like, come on, man. Thank you, TM, as well. Do smash the likes up, people. Subscribe if you're new as well. Hayley, do you think any coach in football today would be able to get this team into the top 4? These players will sink any coach. Weak mentality. You then also put another one in as well. So thank you very much for that. Also, do you think any good coach wants to join? These are good questions. The current structure, we obviously went for Jose. He didn't want to because of our setup. I do think there's managers out there that could get this team top 4. I genuinely do. I think that we don't play our best 11. And for me, I don't think Arteta's once in 10 months played our best 11 or what I see as our best 11. He hasn't done that. Whether that's because he don't trust Martinelli, because he got player of the month in January, all of a sudden he's benched. Then we don't see him until March, where he comes on against Olympiacos, sets Aubameyang up in the 105th minute or whatever it was, which, by the way, he done more in that 30 seconds than Laka did the whole game. And then we don't see him again, and he gets injured. You know, we're playing Maitland-Niles consistently at right back because Bellerin was injured. He then throws Bellerin back in. Why? You know, you then play him Tierney at centre back. Come on. I know he plays centre back for Scotland, but this is Arsenal. It ain't Scotland. You know, I want to see our left back whipping balls in. So look at some of the balls he put in at the weekend for Lacazette. You know, the geezer is a top draw left back, and we're wasting him at times at left centre back. So I do think there are managers out there. Whether they will come to Arsenal or not, well, listen, it depends how much ambition we actually got. Because, you know, we did go for Jose by all accounts, and Jose said that he didn't like that structure above him with the director of football and all the board of directors and then the top boy. He's got a direct link straight to their top boy. You know, Daniel Levy, he can go bang straight on the phone, walk straight in his office. And listen, I'll tell you something now, right? I've said this to a friend of mine today. Don't rule out Tottenham pressing for a title this season. Yeah, do not rule that out. He is a quality manager. He is a quality football manager. And people like to say he's washed up and he's this and that. Well, listen, he's got a tune out of Heung-min Son so far, and he scored the same amount of goals in the league as our whole club. Harry Kane's looking on it this season. And people laughed last season. And I said last season, don't laugh at that lot. As much as it pains me to say it, they had Sissoko out for 4 months. They had their goalkeeper out for months. They had their front three, Bergwijn, Son, and Kane out for a sustained period of time. That's like us losing half of our first team, because that's what they lost. When they're all back in, add their additions in, they're going to be a threat this season. They're going to be really hard to keep up with, let alone beat or overtake. And Liverpool without Van Dijk, that's a big issue. Man City have not looked great so far. They've got injury problems as well. Listen, this season so far has started how the season Leicester won the league has started. And I'm kind of worried that Tottenham have a chance this season. And imagine he wins it. Boy, there we go. But thank you for both of them, mate. Big up my boy Nee in the chat. My guy. I hope you and your family are well, man. I hope you're well. Arteta can develop into a good coach. But at this point in our rebuilding, we didn't need a rookie. His inexperience is showing, and that is costing us. Well, so far it is. And yeah, I think the problem with it is he came in and got a bounce, a little new manager bounce, but it took him a while to get that new manager bounce. We were the only club in the world that didn't get one because the results weren't great from the beginning. Then after lockdown, I thought, okay, yeah, we're doing all right here. We beat City, we beat Chelsea, we beat Liverpool. Everyone got excited. You know, we then beat Liverpool on penalties in the Community Shield, which isn't a trophy, by the way. It's a charity game. It's not a trophy. He hasn't won 2 trophies. It's not a trophy. It's a FA Cup is a trophy. That is a plate for a charity game. Yeah, so I think a lot of people got ahead of themselves, whereas I didn't. And a lot of you guys that come and watch these streams and comment a lot, I'm going to read some of these Twitch and Facebook ones in a minute. And the rest of you guys' comments, they're flying in, by the way. So thank you very much. But a lot of people got ahead of themselves. Then we signed Thomas Partey and, you know, everyone started dreaming and throwing out 7s, 8s and 9s for our transfer window. Our transfer window was a 5 at best. We didn't get rid of what was required to get rid of. So now we're throwing on Mustafi. We're starting Xhaka every week. We're starting Bellerin. You know, Lacazette's always running the wrong way. Why aren't you running in behind? Because we don't play to these players' strengths, you know, and it just winds me up. And I think like the honeymoon's definitely over for him, 100%. I've seen so many people that are starting to online think, oh, actually, hang on a minute, he might not be the guy. But at the same time, we have played Man City and we have played Liverpool. Like I said, they're not the same Liverpool. They're not the same Man City, but we've lost to them after beating them a couple of months earlier. And if you go and watch the Man City game at Wembley and then watch the Man City game at the Emirates, it's chalk and cheese. Why? When we played Liverpool in the Community Shield at Wembley and watched us at Anfield the other day, why? Chalk and cheese. It's because there's something up for grabs. A little bit of silverware is up for grabs. And we've seen notoriously these players down tools, but then when there's a trophy up for grabs or a shield, a plate up for grabs, all of a sudden they raise their game. You know, there's something fundamentally wrong with this football club. It's not just the players. It's not just the manager. It's not just the owner. It's all of these things put together. And until we change the mentality of the football club, which, let's be real, starts with us. Yeah, you don't see Chelsea having this. Chelsea go, boy, we ain't having Conte, mate. You won the title? Get out. Get out. Ancelotti, get out. Lampard will be sacked. Yeah, and he'll be sacked real soon as well. If his results don't pick up, he'll be sacked real soon. Big up my guy, the Arsenal Knock. Thank you for becoming the latest member of the channel. Did a really good member stream tonight as well. Thank you very much for that, mate. Do keep hammering the likes up. Right, we've done 24 minutes already. Do keep smashing them up, and I'll read some of these out that I've missed as well. I can't keep up. It's going mad. Thank you to Chiellini Konkani. What a quality name. That's class. Lee, I respect your opinion on Arteta, but I believe he can do the job when he gets the players he wants. Also, I worry that Spurs can do well this season. Well, listen, I don't buy into this when he gets his own players thing, right? And it's not going to try and mug you off or anything like that. Arteta got his man. He got Thomas Partey. He got David Luiz re-signed. He got Dani Ceballos re-signed. You know, so I look at that and I think, okay, it was nowhere near enough, by the way. But Unai Emery didn't get his man. He didn't get the men he wanted. He wanted Thomas Partey. He wanted Fabinho. He wanted Harry Maguire. He wanted Zaha over Pepe. You know, instead we serve him up Lucas Torreira, Socrates, and Pepe. You know, yes, we signed Tierney. But when people say Unai Emery was backed, well, a lot of people are still debating on whether Leno's the better goalkeeper out the one that's gone to Aston Villa. Guendouzi and Torreira have gone on loan. Socrates can't get in a squad. Well, did Unai Emery then get back then? You know, we were throwing up Lichtsteiner and all them ones, Denis Suarez. Big up Chris Collymore as well. You didn't put anything in it, but thanks for your donation, mate. You didn't put a comment in. But yeah, I think that we're always going to have issues with this squad when you've got players that have been here for so long and failed under so many managers. But next summer, I keep hearing people say next summer, a lot of these players are off the wage bill, etc., etc., etc. Don't get it twisted. Next summer, we're still going to be cheap and cheerful FC with one potentially good signing. But there we go. But thank you for that, buddy. J Rob, thanks again, mate. I unsubbed from a few lads, but been here from day one. Thank you, man. I know you have as well, man. Loyal to the core. And I do appreciate it. Listen, I know I upset a lot of people. I know I pee a lot of people off, right? But at the end of the day, I'm real. Yeah. And I just want us to be better. Yeah. And it winds me up knowing that there's other managers out there that I think could get us playing better, would play players in the right positions, would pick our best 11, which for me, he ain't ever picked, and could get us in that top 4 this season, which would then kick us on again. And it just winds me up that because we've won an FA Cup, which nobody really cared about because it was the 4th place trophy was higher, that now all of a sudden people are sitting here counting community shields. Like, come on, man. Thank you to Jake Snacks 11 for your donation on my porch in Kentucky. Thanks for this timely. We have a top 4 team, but not the management. The process talk is garbage. Top 4 or he's out. Well, thank you very much, man. I need to come to America one day. I've never been to America, and I definitely am going to come one day. I was supposed to go to New York this December, but that didn't quite happen really because of this whole COVID thing. But yeah, I will come to America. And the thing is as well, to be fair, Joel says, to be fair, I love Laka, proper player, always scores in big games. But what can you do when he's doing Granit Xhaka's dirty work in midfield? Because bruv, do you know what? If you actually look at, do you know what? I'm going to find it. I'm going to put it up on screen because I know a lot of you didn't see the stream earlier. And you're right. Listen, Lacazette shouldn't be running back towards midfield, yeah, unless we haven't got the ball, yeah. But when we've got the ball, he should be in and behind. I know he ain't got the pace, so if you're not going to play to that, go and find someone who can hold the ball up better than Lacazette that ain't running back that way constantly. Olivier Giroud, Olivier Giroud. Jamie Vardy is not running back that way all the time. Yes, he works hard. Yes, he helps the team defend. Yes, he grafts. But as soon as his team have got the ball, he's off the shoulder, which is why we should play Aubameyang up front. Thank you very much as well. How does to Connor? How does Mustafi rejecting a contract make you feel? Do you know what? He obviously doesn't trust the process. He doesn't trust it. So yeah, let me find this real quick. Yeah, I want to find this. I need to go on my Twitter and share the screen with you, right? And I'll come to some Facebook because I've seen Facebook and Twitch, and I do neglect you guys. I do apologize. But let me find this. It was a tweet that somebody put out there, and it showed the average positions of our players. Is this it? No, it's not that one. One sec. Yes, it's this one. Okay, it's this one. Right, I want to show you both of these, yeah? Because I know a lot of you have seen this, so apologies if you've seen it already. I did this on the stream earlier. All right, let me show you this. Let's go with that. Can you see that, yeah? Hopefully you can see that. That is Granit Xhaka's pass map for 98 passes at the game against Leicester at the weekend. How many of them passes, while I sip on my Stella, it's nice to have Stella again, how many of them passes are forward passes, right? There's also another stat that says, which I'm going to show you in a minute, I'll come to that, but look how many of them passes are sideways. I mean, this is not a one-off as well, by the way. This is mad. It's not a one-off. And let me go to what I want to show you after this. Yeah, here it is. This was the average positions of our players in the first 51 minutes. I've tried to find one for the whole 90 minutes. That is the average position of our players in the first 51 minutes against Leicester. Why is Thomas Partey our third centre-back? Why are we playing 3 right wing-backs? Why is Granit Xhaka an inverted left back? Why is Tierney left wing? Why is Saka? Well, what is Saka? What's he doing? Like, what is he? Left number 10? I don't know. Look how far Lacazette is away from anybody. Yeah, and then look at the gap between Lacazette and Thomas Partey, number 18. Why is there nobody in the middle? Why are we just continuously going down the sides? Where's the midfield middle play? Look at Dani Ceballos, Bellerin, and Aubameyang. That is their average positions. Yeah, that's what they were doing. That's where they were passing the balls around. This is what their game was. Yeah. Then check this. This is mad. This happens a lot, by the way. This happens a lot. Right. Let me show you. This is on Albinio. Let me go through this. I want to show you this real quick. Where is it? Where is it? We're coming. Here we go. We're nearly there. I found this staggering earlier when I see this. It was unbelievable. I'm like, are you mad? This is taking the mick. I think I've gone past it. It was passes between Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka. Oh, come on. Why can't I find it? I'm under pressure. Look at me. I'm under pressure. I can't find it. I'll get there. First away win for Leicester at Arsenal since 1973. I wasn't even born. I was born in 82. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Granit Xhaka made 98 passes. Partey made 54. Gabriel passed it to Xhaka 35 times. Xhaka passed it back to Gabriel 24 times. 24 out of 98 passes Granit Xhaka made were back to our centre-back. I mean, that's just ridiculous. They both passed it to Thomas Partey 8 times each. What is this tactic? It's mad. Absolutely crazy. But there you go. Big up my guy. Arsenal fan base blamed Gazidis, but it was Wenger all along. AC Milan is sticking to the sponsorship deals and Maldini is signing the players. They're not doing too bad, to be fair, either, are they, Gio? Thank you for that, man. Listen, there's a lot of things wrong with this football club, mate. But I do think there's other managers out there that would get a better tune out of our team than we're doing now. That's just my opinion on it. You know, we can all sit and debate over which managers are do this and which managers are do that. The fact is that them stats and things I just showed you there are embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. You know, how can you pass the ball back to your centre back 24 times out of 98 passes that you have made? It's a joke. It is mad. What are your thoughts on Smith Rowe? Can he help? Happy Tuesday. Can he help? Do you know what? The one thing I'll say about Smith Rowe, and I'll always rate it, and thank you again, mate, yeah? I will always rate Unai Emery for what he did with our youngsters. He gave Saka his debut, he played him. He gave Martinelli a chance, played him. He gave Guendouzi a chance, played him. Willock has regressed under this manager. Yeah, Maitland-Niles has been brilliant under Emery, setting up goals in Valencia, yeah, for us to smash them up and get to a final. You know, I think our youngsters have regressed under this manager. He goes with the tried and tested. Smith Rowe looked good for Emery, yeah, at times. He didn't obviously get a massive amount of games under Emery, but he looked pretty good, and I think he could possibly help. Of course, he could. Yeah, we've got nothing, literally nothing in midfield. Why can't he help? I fully missed Daniel's super chat as well. I think Arteta has made us defensively better, but consequently we lack going forward. Bruv, do you know what, right? Thank you for that, mate. And do you know what's mad? Is there's stats going around. I did this on the stream earlier. There's stats going around about Arteta's first 26 Premier League games, which he's now had, and Unai Emery's last 26 league games, which is when he was at his worst, Unai Emery, his last 26. Bruv, it's mad. Arteta has 1 league point more, and Emery lost 1 game less. The goal difference, Unai Emery had a better goal difference as well. It's unbelievable. But this is the thing: the narrative, the way it's been put out there in the PR, and the fact that we beat Liverpool and won a Shield, and we beat Man City and beat Chelsea and won a cup, has got everybody mad, like, oh my God, we're amazing. Arteta's this, Arteta's that. When you actually dissect it, well, he ain't. Let's be real. You can change assist stats and say they're skewed and they're iffy. You can't change wins, losses, draws, goals for, goals against. You can't change that. That's a fact. You could say that Bellerin's assist for Pepe's goal at Sheffield United the other week, that ain't an assist to me. That is a pass where Pepe's picked the ball up and run 40 yards and scored. That ain't an assist. Well, what Bellerin did for Saka's goal is an assist. He laid it on a plate. He's done the dirty work. Bang, chipped it in. Yeah, the one for Aubameyang's tapping the other night. That's an assist. You've looked down the line. You've noticed my man's about to play the ball in, El Neni. You've kept yourself on side. You've run off the back of their right back, or sorry, their left back, and you've had the composure to put the ball across the box for Aubameyang to tap it in. That's an assist. Passing the ball to someone who runs 40 yards and taps it in, yeah, that ain't an assist to me. So you can skew them and make them look great or make them look bad, which is what loads of people have done for loads of players over the years. You can't change wins, draws, and losses. And Unai Emery, in his worst, his last 26 games when he's at his worst, has had one loss less than Arteta's first 26 games. By the way, with Arteta having a better team, he's got Partey, he's got Tierney fully going now, he's got Gabriel. Can you imagine if we had Gabriel and Partey under Unai Emery? We probably would have won the Europa League and got top four. So I don't know, man. It just winds me up. Big up the Facebook. Big up the Facebook. Big up Darren. Hope you're well, man. 3 defeats already. Could be 4 at the weekend. Fingers crossed against Man United. But when was the last time we won there? 06? 06, I think it was, wasn't it? Adebayor. But there we go. Keep smashing the likes up. Big up my guy Neftali. Thank you for coming on the member stream as well, man. Always love your input. Always, man. And big up everyone else who came on there. Big up Praveen as well. Hi, mate. Thoughts on Kane and Son partnership flourishing? Oh, don't. Under Mourinho, and thoughts on Spurs and where they can finish. Thank you very much, man. Hope you're well. I'm kind of nervous, you know, because Liverpool without Van Dijk, we see what that was like. I'm a poet. I fully know it. But we see what Liverpool were like without Virgil van Dijk before they signed him. They then signed him, and they've been unbelievably good. He's now not there this season, and don't think they're going to run away with a title. Man City, injured players left, right, and centre. Are they? Does Pep even care anymore? He looks like he's lost interest. He ain't the on it Pep that he was when he first come in. So yeah, don't rule out Jose, mate. Never rule out Jose. Never rule out him trying to go for a title and actually doing it or winning a trophy. He's a quality manager. Yeah, I don't care what people say to me. Jose is a quality football manager, and he's got a quality team. Yeah, their squad is levels above ours. Yeah, that front three that they've got, even with Gareth Bale not fully firing at the moment. Bale, Kane, Son. Let's say take Bale out the equation. You could put Bergwijn in there. He's still quality. You could take him out and put Lucas Moura in there. You know, they've got Lamela, who isn't brilliant, but he's still good. They've got Sissoko, who's pretty decent. They've got a bloody good team, man. They've got a bloody good team. And Toby Alderweireld still going, still doing bits. Right back Doherty, pretty good player. The left back that they've signed, Regulon, proper footballer, proper left back. The goalkeeper's iffy. And maybe some of their other centre backs are a bit iffy, but they're a decent team, man. They're a decent team. And if they win the league, I think there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of Arsenal fans hiding, a lot of Arsenal fans, because we're never going to read the end of that. Let's be real. And it pissed me off even more than the fact that I wanted Jose at Arsenal. So fingers crossed they don't win it. But there we go. Anyway, how long we've done? 40 minutes. Let's do another 5 and I'm going to get out of here. Let's smash through some of these likes. Where do I think they could finish? Oh, sorry, about the Son partnership. I didn't answer that. About the Son and Kane partnership. Listen, Heung-min Son is their best player, in my opinion. Harry Kane is a world-class striker. But I also think Aubameyang's world-class. My missus disagrees. on both. But where do you think we'll finish this season? Us, 9th. There you go. And there we go. And Dumbele, I forgot about him. Yeah, he's not been great. Lo Celso, another one. There you go. They've got some good players, man. Big up John. John Murphy. What do you think of Dundalk? Didn't they lose 27-1 on aggregate to Celtic once? Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. If we don't pump at least 5 past them, then there's a bit of a worry. That's what I will say. Would Son play up? Would Jose put Son up front? Better question is, would he put Harry Kane left wing? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Big up the Twitch massive, Twitch gang. Come on, bring Goldbridge. Is that Goldbridge's brother, bruv? Bring Goldbridge on the channel, bruv. I'd love to do a show with Goldbridge. I rate Goldbridge, man. That geezer's hilarious. Bring on a United fan on the channel for the Sunday game. I'll see what I can do. Maybe not on the watch along, but I'll see what I can do. Because I am flying back to Spain on Friday, and then obviously, yeah, we've got the game. But yeah, Lee, I always wanted Ancelotti, says Jamie. Well, Ancelotti was the one, bruv, but apparently he was washed up. But there we go. Jose's washed up, Ancelotti's washed up, Simeone's washed up. In fact, any manager that I wanted is apparently washed up. Maybe we should go and get Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's pretty good, isn't he? I don't know. Maybe Arteta will prove me wrong. I'm sure we'll find out. A lot of you have asked me about my thoughts on Dundalk. I think we should batter him. Real talk. Yeah, no dressing it up. We should be battering this team. They're not great. They've conceded 20 goals this season in their own league in 16 games. That's not good. If we don't go and score 5 past them, there's a steward's inquiry. We could play the under-15s and we should be battering them. Yeah, all jokes aside, no disrespect to them, we should be battering them. What will it take for Arteta to be sacked? For me, he already should be. Bye-bye. Go and get a proper manager. I think this job was way too big for him. It was way too big for Emery. It's way too big for him. But let me say something, yeah? For me, Emery is levels above this manager. Yeah, and people don't like me saying that. I've said that since a long, long time, since day one. I even said, I think, about 2 days after Arteta got the job, I said, if I knew that we were going to get Arteta, I would have kept Emery. Yeah, I stick with that. I stick with that. When he wins us 3 Europa Leagues in a row, we can have the conversation. But there we go. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's not disrespect, yeah. It's just I'm not trying to be a mug about you. Anyone who's watched this channel knows I don't particularly slag off other teams when my team's in the gutter. So yeah, I won't go down the route. But listen, we should be battering them. Real talk. If Arsenal cannot batter Dundalk, then we are in a bigger mess than I thought we were. And that's not mugging them off. That's not disrespect. That's we're Arsenal Football Club, even in the mud. And we should be battering them. Should be battering them. Celtic, I think Celtic pumped 20-odd goals past them. In fact, let me Google it. I'm sure Celtic banged 20-odd goals past them. Celtic versus Dundalk. I can spell. Can't even spell. Dundalk. What is this doing? Celtic versus. We'll go down that one then. Why can't I find the fixtures? Why can't I find these fixtures? I don't know. I can't find it. But there we go. Listen, there is one there that says they beat them, but that ain't the one I'm looking for. But yeah, we should be beating this team quite comfortably. But I want to see us rotate a little bit for this game, because we've seen our manager come out and say that they were fatigued, physically jaded. We've heard that one before, haven't we? Maybe, just maybe, you should have dropped David Luiz for the weekend game, because he has played every single game and now he's injured. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a football coach. I ain't done my badges. I'm just a numpty YouTuber sitting here with 650 people watching live at 12:15. Is it 12:15? Wow. So yeah, do pummel the likes up. I would appreciate that very much. Not even 200 yet. Come on, 172 likes. We'll do 5 more comments, yeah? 5 more comments, and then I'm going to get myself out of here and chill for the rest of the night. I will be back about lunchtime tomorrow. So make sure you come and tune in for that. Make sure you go back and check the stream out I did earlier if you haven't already. Let's go with big up my guy Connor on Facebook. It'd be nice not to watch Arsenal Thursday because they'll pop. Like, do you know what? I've seen a lot of people saying they turned the game off the other day at 50 minutes and stuff like that against Leicester. Mate, I had a better hairline when Arsenal were good. Now my forehead is bigger than our future. It's kind of crazy. Big up Marjan Issa, bruv. Yeah, 2:15 in the morning where you are. Yeah, it's quarter past midnight here. Dundalk are the Irish champions for a reason. Yeah, that reason is because the league's not great, mate. If we're being honest, it's normally who's it normally that wins it? Shamrock normally win it, don't they? But listen, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose. Don't get it twisted. I would not be surprised if we lose. Yeah, would not be surprised if we lose. I've seen us live at home against Ostersund FK, whatever they were called, and yeah, we got through in the end over 2 legs. Let's just leave it there. If we lose, she's hiding my passport. You can't hide my passport. I need to get back to Spain. At least the weather's better in Spain. I swear it is freezing in this country. I don't know how anyone lives here. I don't know how anyone lives here. It is so cold. It is embarrassing. There we go. There we go. Dundalk have won it 5 out of 7. Well, there you go. That shows how much I know about Irish football. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I don't. There we go. I still don't understand why Arteta played the same tactics first and second half when he could see we were creating no chances. If I speak, I'm in big, big trouble. And one for the wifey. On the catwalk, Ljungberg or Beckham? Ljungberg every day for her. She loves him. She loves him. Do you love him more than me? Ah, ain't you sweet? Listen, on that note, on that lovey-dovey bombshell, I'm going to get myself out. I'm actually going to end on this question because it's a quality question. Favorite school memory? Favorite school memory is my football team being class, and I could run around telling everyone Arsene Wenger was great. We're brilliant. We've got the best team in the world. Yeah, we're going to win the league every year. And yeah. I've left school. Maybe I should go back to school. Maybe we'll turn great again. And yeah, but listen, I'm going to bounce. It is 20 past midnight. Thank you very much to everyone who has watched live. Still 600 here. Follow my Insta, League Under 82. Follow me on HOTMIC as well. Thursday, I'll be doing the game on HOTMIC. If you want to be in with a chance to win a football shirt of your choice with any name and number on the back, then do use the code Lee623. Download HOTMIC. You can sync your TV up to the stream as well. And also download Flick as well. Make sure you check that app out. That app's good. Going to have another good giveaway on that real soon as well, going into November. Possibly another signed and framed football shirt. We've already done a Bergkamp one. We've already done a Thierry Henry one. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, you were delusional. You were so delusional even then. Bruv, Arsenal were winning titles back then, mate. I could be delusional. We were the best team around at the time. Man United existed. Did Man United? I'm not saying nothing. Listen, we played sick football. We won the title at Old Trafford. That was when I had a better hairline, and yeah, look how bald I've gone since. Stress. Anyway, all have a wonderful evening, man. Thanks very much. Good show tonight. Really enjoyed that. So love. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.